You need to see this. It's gonna be a wonderful tomato gravy. You need to see this. It's absolutely gonna be delicious. Tomato gravy, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Let me set my lid to the side. My pan is heating up. This is a cast iron enameled pan. I'm just gonna do a little bit of olive oil to help my bacon along. One of the star ingredients of this is going to be bacon. All right, I'm gonna put my bacon in. This is about 5 slices of thick cut bacon. So we want this to fry up and get crispy because, as I said earlier, this is going to be tomato gravy. Growing up in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina, we had a lot of gravy. Tomato gravy, milk gravy, sausage gravy, red-eyed gravy, brown gravy, white gravy, you name it, we had it. And this tomato gravy was a staple gravy in the summertime. If you've never had this before, you're gonna wanna stay with me so that you can taste along and follow along to find out how easy this comes together. A lot of people tell me when I meet them out in the real world that they don't make a lot of gravy. Why not? Why don't you? Make more gravy. You need to be making gravy right now. I've just stirred this around. We want to let this crisp up. I'm going to adjust the heat down on my pan just a little bit. It's kind of really hot, but I want to let this just sit in the pan, giving it a stir on occasion to make sure that it doesn't burn, but I do want this bacon crispy. Don't go anywhere. This is gonna get good. The bacon is starting to brown up nicely. You can see the little edges starting to get crispy. We're gonna let this just fry up. And I'm gonna want to reserve 2 to 3 tablespoons of this bacon, these drippings, the bacon fat, because that's gonna give us the base for the roux, for all that flavor. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Give me more bacon. I want it to rain down bacon on me. It's so good. I wished I didn't love it so much, but I really do. I just love it. Leave me a comment if you love bacon too. We need to be friends. Let's hang out together if you love bacon like I love bacon. Now here you can see that I have cut my bacon into 1.5 inch size little slices. I like to be able to just sprinkle it in the end on my biscuit and on my tomato gravy. But if you like the full slice of bacon, go for it. It would work just as perfectly here because what we're going for is the bacon grease, all that flavor. Now, I do have a lot of oil in the pan, so I will have to remove some of this because it's a little bit too much. If I was making for a larger crowd, you know, and had a bigger pot, you could use it. But I can tell by looking at the depth of this and the size of my pan, I'm gonna have too much bacon grease. Do not throw your bacon grease away. Do not, because it's liquid gold in the mountains. And many of you that cook a lot know that bacon grease, it's just one of those things you've got to have. So good in so many dishes. All right, I'm gonna turn my pan off because this is browned up. It's getting to that point where I like it. I'm gonna let my pan cool down just a little bit as this continues to cook. All right, now I wanna just take my bacon up, and I have a towel, a paper towel in my container here. Let's get that bacon up. Pop it into this so that it drains and stays nice and crispy. And you can see those little leftover pieces of bacon. That's what we want. That's just gonna be additional flavor in this tomato gravy. And I could have actually used more bacon. You know, I'm a bacon fan, so I could have definitely used more bacon. All right, let's set that to the side. And then I want to just take up some of this extra grease. Let's get a little bit of this out. And I don't want to really get that wonderful, those drippings out of there. And I do keep my bacon grease. I have a little special container to drain the bacon and keep the grease in the refrigerator. Now my grandmother, she kept it on the stovetop, but she cycled through her bacon grease often. She prepared 2 wonderful meals a day, breakfast always, and then a big meal just before noon. All right, I think that looks good. And let's start the ingredients now. This is a plain all-purpose flour, and I want to get about 3 tablespoons of this. I'm going to get my pan back on. Remember, I turned this off just to let the bacon finish up. Let's get it back on. And let's do about 3 tablespoons of this. The flour is going to really, how much flour you put in is going to really thicken the gravy. You could add a little bit more water. I'm doing about 3.5 there. I do like mine a little bit on the thicker side. Let's start giving this a stir because you want that flour flavor to go away, that fresh flour. We don't want uncooked flour. So you want it to start to brown and just get rid of that uncooked flour flavor. Flour is raw. Remember, flour has not been cooked. So you definitely need to take it and let it come up to temperature. For years, I didn't really ever think about flour not being cooked, but it definitely has not been cooked. All right, now that's bringing up some of those beautiful little pieces of fond on the bottom of the pan. It's starting to take on a little bit of color. And that's what I want it to do. Now I have some salt here, but I'm gonna wait about salting this till a little bit later. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of black pepper. And I do like the tomato with black pepper and a little bit of salt in it. This is a little bit of some pepper flakes. This is optional. You don't have to put the pepper flakes in there. I'm just gonna put a few in to up my flavor and give it a little bit of heat in your mouth, just a little bit. I'm just scraping the bottom of the pan. My flour, that it started to brown, that it no longer has that raw smell. And this is just a little bit of sugar. Sometimes you want to taste your tomatoes. And if the tomatoes are very acidic or they're a little bit bitter, depending on the variety of tomato, you might want a little bit of sugar. Not enough to really make it sweet, just enough to offset any bitterness that you might get out of the tomato. All right, I'm going to continue to give this a stir. And we're getting ready to start coming in with some of these other parts. This is where the party starts to happen in the pan. Turn my heat up just a little bit. Then I'm going to come in. I have here just a little bit of chicken broth. This is about probably a cup. I'm just going to use a little bit of that in my pan. And that was pre-salted, so that's why I'm holding off on the salt. That goes in the pan. It starts the cooking process. And that's edible right there. It really is. Gonna continue to stir. Now I want to come in with my tomatoes. This is about 2 cups, and these were chopped, but I mashed them a little bit with my fork. Let's get those right in there. Oh my gosh, look at that color. I wished you were here just to smell that. It smells so good. And this is ready to eat. You know, right here, it's ready to eat, but we're gonna do one more thing. Don't miss this, don't go anywhere, because I want you to see the one more thing. Those liquids have pulled the fond off the bottom of my pan. Now I want to come in with a cream. This is a 1/2 and 1/2. You could use a heavy cream here, you could use milk, or you could keep it water. Let's bring that in. And this will adjust the consistency. Now if you like it thinner, You could definitely use a little bit more water, a little bit more of the chicken stock. Let's get this fully incorporated so that it's absolutely delicious. So now I have all my ingredients in, and we just want to let this heat up and come to a boil. My half and half was room temperature, but it still cooled down my pan, and I want this to just have a bubble. And once it bubbles, we're ready to go. I'm gonna get me a tasting spoon. Let's just come in with a little taste. Oh my gosh. Now, I want to finish this up with just a touch of butter. I'm Southern. I am Southern. We're going to use a little bit of butter in this. Oh, that was so good. I'm going to come in with just a little bit of salt. Once I get that flavor in there, I think I need a little bit of salt. I'm just going to salt that a tad, a pinch. That's a pinch. Season with your heart. Let's give it a stir. And then I want just the butter for that additional flavor and a little bit of shine. This is about a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half, two. Let's get it right in there. That's going to actually give an additional level of flavor. Your cooking really is all about delicious flavors. And it's going to give it a little bit of a shine. Look at that. You can already see the shine coming out. And this is a wonderful consistency, but remember, if you want this to be a little bit on the thinner side, definitely come in with a little bit more of your milk or water or some chicken stock. We're gonna try this on a biscuit though. I like to taste everything. Before you take your food out, before you serve it, be sure you taste it. You could do a final little bit of pepper here, a little bit more salt, and see those bubbles? This is ready. Oh, listen at that. I mean, what would you serve this on? A biscuit, over rice, over some noodles? This just has so many opportunities to shine. I'm gonna turn my pan off. I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna grab my biscuit. My biscuit's ready to go. I'm gonna scoop some of this out. Oh my gosh. Now don't go. I've got one more thing. We've got to finish this off with you know what we're going to finish this with. We're going to bring a little bit of this over. This is my bacon from earlier. You know, just want to bring a little bit of this bacon over. Sprinkle it on the top. And there you have it. There you have it. Let me get a fork. This is nice, thick. Let's go in. Let's get some of that biscuit. Oh, look at this. It smells so good. That bacon is just the finishing touch. Time for a taste test. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely perfection. This takes me right back home. This tomato gravy with some bacon crumbles, that special ingredients using that bacon grease. Let me get another taste. So good. I'm Ransom Brighter. If you've never tried this, give it a try. You're gonna like it. What would you serve it with? Over the biscuit, some noodles, some rice? Let me know. Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. And remember, the journey in the kitchen, so much better when you share it with a friend. I'll see you on my next adventure. Bye. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm going to finish this. This one's mine. I'll make you one. You calm down now. So good. So good.